Mizkif, Emiru, and Asmongold are at it again. More drama. A while ago, I covered the big breakup between Mizkif and Emiru, and how Emiru came forward with some very serious allegations at Mizkif, some of them backed up with evidence, enough that she came off as a trustworthy source, enough to trust her on the more extreme claims that didn't have the most evidence to them. Overall, even looking back at it today, it really does seem like she wasn't lying about Mizkif. He does, in fact, seem like he was just kind of a creepy, awful weirdo. He's also not the greatest guy with his platform. He's done plenty that's worth disliking him for. But recently, he leaked a screenshot of Asmongold and Emiru talking. Basically like dropping a grenade in the middle of a calm pond just to rile things up. He leaked this screenshot where, well, I'll read it. Emiru says, "A creative, huh?" Yeah, I'm gonna do a girl voice for Emiru. I hope you guys like it. Then Asmongold says his user or his password is the N-word, but spelled with leet speak. He says, like, I'm talking really creative shit like that. She says, "Screenshotted, JK." Asmongold says, at a certain point, he wasn't even the word anymore, lol. Everyone knows I said it, don't worry. Emiru uses the omega lol emoji. Asmongold says, I think I even have videos of me saying it. Emiru says, really? Lol? Asmongold says, yeah, I like have super duper super bad stuff online and no one cares, lol. Emiru says, but Pokimane is a racist for her clips, but you don't try to act perfect, I guess. Yeah, that's why people hate her, not because of the words, lol. It's the fakeness, 100%. I feel like Miz is pretty much over the cancelled stuff, but it's always gonna be there. And he can't joke around with it like I know he would because of OTK, lol. So, it's a little bit of an interaction. Basically, Asmongold says his password was the N-word in leet speak, which apparently he uses that as his password on pretty much everything, which, I mean, have fun, I guess, brute forcing his accounts, because I imagine everyone's going to be doing that now. There's not many ways you can get creative with that word. And then, of course, Emiru is like, haha, yeah, slurs, haha. So this kind of blew up a little bit on Emiru, believe it or not. She is surprisingly mainstream. Like, even though she's friends with Asmongold and all that stuff, she's in that sort of Twitch e-girl sphere of, like, mainstream popularity. And it coming out that she's saying and doing this kind of stuff behind the scenes, you know, having these kind of conversations, making these kind of jokes, and being chill with that kind of language, it's not a good look for her. Not when she had already gotten into drama not too long ago, when someone asked her thoughts on Ice. And this was her response.
Like, there's a
Oh. Too quiet.
on ice. Like, there's a certain extent where I'm like, get help. Like, even like,
I saw somebody made a meme, and it was Muhammad Ali saying into a microphone, if you need a boxer to tell you the Vietnam War is bad, you need to get offline. The fact is, it's because people who are fans of Emiru were concerned or wanted to know what her opinion was on the fact that we have a basically secret police force in the US now that is arresting families, taking children away, has killed multiple US citizens, is acting with unilateral power that it shouldn't legally have on the whims of the president that was elected on extremely polarized politics, ones that, considering Emiru is not a 100% white person at the very least, might want to be concerned about, considering birthright citizenship is, like, just being born in America is not going to be enough to have your citizenship anymore if Trump has his way. The Supreme Court held him back for now. Like, these are real issues that, like, no matter who you are in America, you should care about. Like, unironically, the whole, like, in this era especially, like, I just want to be apolitical, I just want to be apolitical, I just want to be the funny, like, millionaire streamer girl, leave me alone, I don't want to have opinions on anything that could possibly be divisive. The fact is, we're going back a long way. When you're a content creator online, if you're just trying to have a successful career, the number one rule is don't touch politics. Because if you do that, no matter what your views are, you are going to alienate half your audience. Emiru has built enough of a diversified, non-political audience that if she defended ICE or denounced ICE, she would piss off 50% of her audience. The only winning response there is to either ignore the donation or to try and take the most, I don't even know anything, I'm above politics, I'm outside of the political discussion. No one can get mad at me because I don't have an opinion that is opposite of anyone else's. So they don't need to get offended at what I believe. She is terrified of taking whatever position she truly has publicly because it's going to piss off somebody. Someone made this meme. How Emiru be moving in Asmongold's DMs with the swastika. That's a really good edit. Like, this looks real. Like, this looks shockingly real. This might be, I don't know if it's made with AI or it's an edit or what, but I'm assuming she didn't wear that on stream. I'm going to take a wild guess and say she probably did not wear that on stream. Of course, we got more accounts talking about Asmongold and his leaked messages with Emiru, where he's bragging about using the N-word with the hard R for his passwords in addition to saying it all the time with his friends. So that's, people are definitely giving their takes on this. You got the right giving their takes as well. You got the chuds. Here's a racist, like, Lolicon account. Kaguya's top girl says, racist, says the N-word, ruined the career of this woke F-slur. She's one of us. Based racist chud. I don't know, like, mizkif's homophobic and quite right-wing, so I don't know how he's woke. I guess it's just because, like, anybody that is unpopular and disliked by most people, they try to claim as woke just to kind of continue to drag the term woke through the mud and make it sort of both mean left and bad. But, yeah, you got the chuds. They're embracing Emiru. They're like, come home to us. We will accept you. We know you're one of us. And the fact is, like, of course she was always one of them. Emiru being like this behind closed doors ain't really surprising at all when you see who she hangs out with. I have been canceled. I have been attacked. I have been ripped asunder many a times. My reputation dragged through the mud because I argued that a creator spending time with other creators that have used their platform to push horrible politics and engage in terrible behavior is a red flag about that person, and it puts me off. I made this case about Keffels ages ago, and her defense and friendship was Shoe on Head. Considering Keffels pocketed that 100K and Shoe on Head's a massive chud now, feel like maybe people associating with pieces of shit, maybe that's kind of a good red flag to go off of. Maybe it's actually a pretty solid warning, and you're not overthinking it if you think, this person's friend group seems a little sus. I don't know if I should trust them. You're not overthinking it. It's common sense. But of course, here's my favorite tweet. My favorite tweet about all of this. How is Emiru going to use that apolitical moe girl genjutsu to get out of this? So real. And then someone made this. Politics, haha, IDK guys, I'm just a gamer girl. Thank you, Curb Stomper, for the 15 subs. By the way, mods, ban the guy tipping in Spanish, please. Yeah, like, she also, a lot of streamers are not a big fan of getting donations or messages in their chat that is in a different language that they cannot know what it says, they can't moderate it. But, yeah, she does ban people that donate in, non-English. Probably not for any racist reasons, but it's a bad look. It's a bad look, It's one of those things where all wrapped together in one thing, it just shows that she's either really ignorant of the political implications of her behavior, or just kind of dumb. Asmongold says he's suing mizkif for leaking his Discord messages with Emiru. Oh shit. Asmongold responds.
You gonna address Discord messages? No, I saw that there were leaks about things that I may or may not have said. No, I'm not gonna talk about any of it because I'm on a lawsuit. Nice try.
Yeah, Asmongold is being sued by mizkif right now, apparently. So that's been going on for a little while now.
But no. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about when the lawsuit's over, and then after that, I'll talk about it. Yeah. It's really simple. Like I already said this. I mean, I already said it. I don't know what we're doing, right? But like, yeah, that's clearly it. And so, yeah, I know that. And no, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Yes, I'll talk about everything after the lawsuits.
He's wearing a Bricks and Minifig shirt. Yeah, dude. Like he probably bought it specifically to rage bait people. That would be my guess. Remember, like, right now, the thing that is popular online is to rage bait as many people as possible, to get as many hate comments and rage clicks as possible. That's how you succeed on current algorithms. He bought a Bricks and Minifig shirt. Can you imagine how many thousands, tens of thousands of comments he's farmed from people questioning, is that Bricks and Minifigs? Asmon, why are you wearing a Bricks and Minifigs shirt? What the fuck, Asmon? Did you buy a shirt from Bricks and Minifigs? Can you imagine the tens of thousands of comments he's farmed from people? The amount of engagement that shirt has generated from people just bringing up, feeling compelled to bring up the shirt in some way, shape, or form in his comments? Comments and any form of engagement, likes, comments, all that, are what boost you on all these algorithms to be as big as Asmongold. So actively trying to rage bait people and make people upset is how you succeed. That's why the right is so on top right now. The left can't do this, or the left doesn't want to do this. Like, I don't want to buy a Bricks and Minifigs shirt and try to, like, bait comments from people about it to boost engagement, but that's what he's doing. Shouldn't surprise you.
Over after I'm out of it, and then I'll have a lot to say. But until then, I'm just gonna be relaxing, chilling, doing whatever, and people can draw whatever conclusions they want. So that's the way I see it. You gonna address Discord messages?
You'd think he would just own up to it, though, right? Like, he is so openly racist on his platform these days, you would think, right? Emiru really is the two-faced pick-me girl for these racist incels, man. Here, got some more tweets about this. I'm really not surprised about Emiru, the company you keep. Oh, this is my favorite one. From Kangman Lee, which is a right-wing account. Screenshotted JK Teehee sent screenshot to mizkif. Never trust e-girls. Never trust the e-girls, guys. Never trust them. Emiru addresses the Discord logs leaked by mizkif. There was a conversation posted. Why even put the whole clip into text form? You know, I'm just gonna watch the clip. Fuck you. We're gonna watch the clip.
Serious and uncomfortable for a lot of people, so I was like, well, it's probably better if I just like talk about it and like show what happened, and then, you know, it doesn't change.
I fucking hate Twitch streamers. There's no copyright detection on Twitch, so every one of these streamers is just playing like a playlist of popular copyrighted like top 100 of the year songs in the background in every one of their clips. And whenever you try to react to it on stream, like when I upload this video on YouTube, I'm gonna have to do like several manual edits through the YouTube thing to silence the music, because YouTube's gonna be like, that's copyrighted music, bro. You can't monetize this.
Certain parts of it, but I was like, I should probably like.
I hate YouTube.
Show what happened?
I hate Twitch more.
Music flag. Oh, sorry. Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Thank you.
No one reasonable cares. I don't think that's true. I mean, I would care. I would think that it's strange. Again, like, if you don't know what's going on, that's okay. Like, you can go look at it. I don't really mind. But so there was like a conversation.
Chat, is it like public? Is she open about the fact that she's wearing like special contacts to make her eyes look bigger? It's really obvious when you look at her left eye from this angle, because the way contacts work, but look at her eyes. Is she always like, is she open about it? Or is she always wearing like super, like, colored contacts?
I don't think that's true. I mean, I would care. I would think that it's strange. Again, like, if you don't know what's going on, that's okay. Like, you can go look at it. I don't really mind. But so there was like a conversation that was posted by somebody, and I wanted to show the actual context of that conversation because it was claimed in the post that like, oh, we were like joking about a password or like flirting or something, which like that is not what happened at all. And I will show you guys, like, I'm not scared to show that at all. That is not what was happening. Doesn't change certain things.
Circle lenses, they've been an e-girl thing forever. I didn't know that. Stream is really choppy. Oh, we did lose some frames. We dropped some frames a minute ago. That would be my internet. That would be my internet that did that.
Like I said, but I will show you guys. So this is like the first part of the conversation. You can feel free to read it. I'm probably not going to read through it myself because like that would just take a while, but like you're free to screenshot it, whatever. So the first part of the conversation, we're talking about like streaming on Rumble, blah blah blah. And then I'm talking about, okay, so like this will take a bit, but I'm talking about how Rumble chat is bad because they don't have IP bans. So the context of this conversation is we were talking about crazy viewers, like horrible people in chat. So then I go on and I'm like, yes, it's horrible because people can just spam different accounts. And so I was talking about this guy who made multiple accounts to like harass people in the chat. And then he, Asmon, starts talking about one of Trainwreck's viewers and saying like, oh, Train had this viewer that was like an insane, like weirdo racist. And so then I'm like, holy shit, like that's fucking insane. Like that's fucking weird. Like who does that? So that's the actual context of what's going on is I'm reacting to this super.
I do believe her, by the way. I don't think that she's like going into Asmongold's DMs here to joke about slurs. But what I think most people latched onto is the fact that Asmongold in that DM says, or that DM exchange says, he's said that and much worse stuff and does all the time, and she's aware of that now because Asmongold tells her as such. And I will say she does call out the hypocrisy people have for being cool with Asmongold's history and present of using slurs, while like a clip from 2013 of Pokimane saying the N-word. By the way, she's like, her family is from Africa technically, like they're Moroccan. So you could maybe argue she has the right to say it. But that argument aside, though, people harp on that clip of her, but, you know, meanwhile, Asmongold gets the pass. And a lot of it is, like, you know, misogynistic bias. People are a lot more harsh and uncharitable towards women than they are to men. People are willing to look past fucked up things a guy has done as just a mistake in a man's past. You know, you never delve too far into a man's past, but the idea of delving into a woman's past, that seems, hell, people treat it like it's necessary.
Fucking weird viewer, and like we're clearly talking about insane viewers, right? It was not his password. Like you can clearly see there's no flirting happening here. But like I said at the beginning, I know like this doesn't change the context of like certain things in it, and like some people are still gonna feel uncomfortable about that, and I totally understand that. Like I'm not cool with that type of language being used to people. Like that's fucking awful, and I like looking back now, I don't like the way that I handled that at all. It was
what I feel like is so weird, because like the actual thing isn't even some crazy drama to be leaked in DMs in private. It's the fact that Emiru and Asmongold are good friends, or at least they are behind the scenes nowadays. I don't know if they've collabed in a minute, but like we know it's confirmed they're still friendly behind the scenes. And meanwhile, Asmongold is like the most prominent far-right propagandist on the internet right now. And Emiru is friends with him. Like, that is not a secret. That is not a conspiracy or a theory or an allegation. That's reality. It's canon. We all know it. It's known. I'm surprised that's not the thing that most people are freaking out over. Hey, Cammy, how you doing?
wrong. I don't like it, but yeah, you guys can see this is like actually the context of what happened. It wasn't like oh, my password is a horrible word. Oh, hee hee, that's so funny. Like, no, we're laughing about it. Insane weirdo. But anyway, I think it's very unfortunate that even though this is like solely on me, like this should, if anyone's gonna get criticized, obviously it should only be me. Of like, well, I mean, you know, of my friends. It's unfortunate that even though like it's only on me, there are people targeting other people I'm friends with who literally have nothing to do with this at all. Like they have nothing to do with this at all. And I would like to try to minimize problems for those people since like I'm currently in like a bunch of really strange, weird stuff. And I don't know yet exactly.
She is in a lawsuit with mizkif right now, I believe, and I think it's because mizkif is suing her. If I'm not mistaken, she did get a little bit careless when making allegations at mizkif, apparently. Some of the things she claimed are apparently contradicted by some other things she claimed, or I think she made an allegation at one point that what he did was SA, and then later said, well, it wasn't technically SA, it just kind of seemed like it. But everybody interpreted it as he SA'd her, and that was the lore, that was the canon. So whenever she said that, everyone was like, wait a second, what do you mean it wasn't necessarily SA? You just felt like it was. What do you mean by that? And he seems to have latched onto that for the grounds of a defamation lawsuit, which he might win, based on what I'm hearing. Like, his court case is apparently going pretty well. And I think the reason for that would be because she did make that allegation quite overtly. Like, people took it as an allegation and they took it serious and they believed it. And it demonstrably destroyed mizkif's career, for lack of a better thing to call it. And that's basically what you need to be able to prove in order to sue someone for defamation and have a chance of winning. Like, the fact that she walked the statement back later, low-key, it's a bad look. Not necessarily that she lied, but legally speaking, it's not exactly what you want to have out there.
Exactly what that...
Hold the phone, Zan, wait, Pokimane is Moroccan? I believe so, yeah. I think I saw like a deep dive video once that was like, just like the story behind all the top streamers, and I remember it being something like her family is like from Morocco or something, and then Canada, but she's actually Canadian, or maybe, I don't know, it's something like that.
Course of action will be, but I will figure it out. There's like a couple different things that I'm considering and thinking about, but yeah, I just want to show you guys that like the context is just completely different, and like you can still say like you shouldn't have reacted that way, whatever, that's totally fine. Like, I agree with you, that's fine. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I want to say, and I'm just gonna try to stream normally today and play my games and stuff. And yeah, totally understand how people feel, but that is what actually happened. Just showing you guys. And
it's weird, I've never heard of Emiru until now. Should I, if I am in the gaming space? That's actually shocking that you haven't heard of her if you're in the gaming space, Slashy. But then again, if you don't spend time on Twitch and you don't watch live streamers on Twitch, then maybe not. She was in the OTK gang with Asmongold, Tectone, or Rape Tone, as many people like to call him. I don't know why that's his nickname. I think it has something to do with like his dad being like I think it's like his dad was in the military and did so much sexual harassment, he inspired like a dozen new rules to prevent sexual harassment in the US military. Like, within the code book of US military conduct, they had to add new rules because he came up with ways to break the spirit of the rules, and they needed to write down to not do specifically those things. I think that was why Tectone's dad did that. Not Tectone himself, but his dad.
yeah, feel really bad for the people who have nothing to do with this, who are now having to deal with annoying stuff because of that. Like, can't control people doing that, it's the internet, they just do that, and I obviously want the best for those people, and I will do what I can to try to make sure those people get the best, because it is not their fault. They have nothing to do with this, and yeah, pretty much that is it.
It does suck that people can't have conversations about this kind of stuff online without the most unhinged and lifeless losers going out of their way to harass specific people. It's just, it's so cringe.
That's
Like, you can hate someone's guts who exists online, but you genuinely have to be a massive loser to go out of your way to engage with them. Like, if you hate somebody who exists online, you should be doing everything in your power to not think about them and not be exposed to them. That is the normal reaction. That's the healthy way to handle disliking somebody.
really all that there is to it. So yeah. That's pretty much all there is to it. And then, yeah, other stuff going on, but I'm not talking about that right now, so. I would if I could, maybe, but, you know. Don't blame anyone for feeling how they feel at all. I would probably react the exact same way if I saw that. Like, just in the wild, out of context. Like, yeah. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for listening, and anyone who's mad, I don't feel any type of way about that. Like, that's your right to feel that way. And yeah. I told Allie that it's okay if she, like, organizes the screenshots into, like, an...
Man, I need to start dual streaming on Twitch. Like, listen, next couple months, the rate the channel's kind of been turning around lately, I'll probably invest in faster internet so I can dual stream to Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. I'll multi-stream to all of them. And I want to get a real platform on Twitch because I want to try and be able to talk about politics with some of these streamers. Not even like Emiru size streamers, but like there is a lot of middle range size streamers that are, you know, they've got their communities, they've got their influence, and in this political landscape, I feel like a lot of people want to talk about politics, they want to engage in politics, they want to look into it, but there's so much misinfo. Man, I wanna be around to kind of argue against the misinfo when people start falling for it. I want to be able to like be like, it's fine. People are, you know, no one considers it weird how many people that are prominent in the streaming space right now have such specific right-wing politics. I feel like it'll only be fair if there was some people with like lefter-leaning politics in that space to counterbalance the influence, right? Anyway, if you enjoyed this segment, if you found it entertaining, educational, or enjoyable in any way whatsoever, then please leave a like and a comment. It really helps a ton, and I appreciate it immensely.
Experiment with small gaming streams.
Thank you, Vault Hunter. Good idea. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Follow my social medias linked down below if you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.